Wonderful. Now look at verse 4. It came to pass when they had come down into the valley of Nimrod, the Lord came down and talked with the brother of Jared, and he was in a cloud, and the brother of Jared saw him not. So you're going to notice throughout this book of Ether, by the way, there's this interesting play on the visibility of the Lord. So in the beginning parts, God is always in a cloud where the brother of Jared can't see him. When we get to chapter 3, that cloud, that veil is going to be broken open, and he's going to be able to see him. And then from then on, Moroni is going to be encouraging us to seek that same Jesus, to seek through those clouds that separate us from being able to see God. Now, the Lord commanded him in verse 5 that they should go forth into the wilderness. You'll notice they're now fairly distant from Babel in this valley of Nimrod, which is to the north, but it's not good enough. It's great you've come this far, but you need to move on. So he tells them to move on. Look at verse 7. The Lord would not suffer that they should stop beyond the sea in the wilderness, but he would that they should come forth even unto the land of promise, which was choice above all other lands, which the Lord God had preserved for a righteous people. So it's this driving forward. Don't stop. Don't wait. They finally come to verse 13. After speaking about the significance of the promised land, look at verse 13. Now I proceed with my record, for behold, it came to pass that the Lord did bring Jared and his brethren forth, even to that great sea which divideth the lands. And as they came to the sea, they pitched their tents, and they called the name of the place Moriancumer. And they dwelled in tents upon the seashore for the space of 4 years. They now have oceanfront property, way away from Babel, way away from the problems that they had faced before. They've built barges at multiple points to cross various bodies of water, which, by the way, with the vastness of the eastern continents, don't you think it would have been fairly simple for God to steer their course in such a way that they wouldn't have to build barges to cross other bodies of water before they got to the sea? This makes for a lot more work for them to have to build barges at those points. But brothers and sisters, God didn't send us down to this earth to experience the easiest path possible, the most pleasure possible. He sent us down to this earth to become something, to experience things, to build relationships, to learn from our own experience. And he knows how big that ocean crossing is going to be. He knows what it's going to require of their barges to get across. Isn't it neat that God gives them opportunities before to practice, where it's not as big of a deal if they get some cuts wrong and some joints aren't quite right? They learn from their successes and from their failures, so that in the future, when the serious need arises, they're ready to go. And I have seen this in my own life so many times I can't even tell you how much, as I look back on my wife and I, as we contemplate our past, where we can see the hand of the Lord guiding us through things that were really hard and wondering, why did we have to go through that? And now from our current perspective, looking back, saying, oh, how great thou art. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to learn those lessons along the way, which have now prepared us for what we have to do moving forward.